Your business exists because you had the idea to start it. Everything begins in our minds. That's why your business results cannot outgrow your current level of thinking. Do you want to serve more clients, make more money, without working more or burning yourself out? Grow yourself first as a leader of your business, because that's who you are, a leader, even if you're the only person in your business right now. When you lead yourself first, the business results will always follow. My name is Maggie Barotin. I'm an international business and leadership coach, an expert in business mindset, strategy, and high performance. I created the Diamond Effect podcast to help you elevate your thinking, expand your perspective, and through it, grow your business without overwhelm. So let's get started. Speed in action, speed in execution is every business owner's and entrepreneur's superpower. When you act too slow, your competition precedes you. If you act too slow in a dynamic economy, in a dynamic market, you get left behind. So how do you act fast without rushing, without reacting and making too fast decisions or not really thought through decisions? Where's this balance? This is what this episode is all about, to help you act fast, not rushed, stay ahead of your competition, and grow your business in any economy. So first, let's talk about the difference between rushed decisions or actions versus fast decisions and actions. So every action is preceded by a decision. We need to decide on something to then be able to implement it through action. So when we're rushing, we're being more reactive. So something happens and without really thinking anything through, we just react. So a couple of examples I have is, let's say there is a problem maybe with a client that you're servicing and the client's unhappy. And before you even analyze what happened, why it happened, or the areas for improvement, you just react because you don't want to deal with an upset client, or you don't want to feel the feeling that comes up with unpleasant situations. And let's say you reimburse the client everything they paid, whether it was warranted or not. As opposed to, if you act fast, you still are able to analyze the situation, what happened. So maybe the client complained, this warranted. And yes, maybe you or your team member made a mistake, but also client contributed to it, and giving them back all their money would not be fair to you or create a win-win situation. Maybe a better option would be to give them something extra or to reimburse them half or whatever the case might be, right? So acting fast is still analyzing what's going on or what happened or what's ahead of me, but then making a decision, don't drag it, and moving on and implementing it. Now, the problem that I see in many business owners, especially in the beginning, but even in more tenured business owners, is they take too long to make decisions. They sit on decisions for too long, get into analysis paralysis or trying to perfect things, and don't implement things fast enough. So, for example, recently I just talked to an entrepreneur organization where they told me there is this entrepreneur who's been spending 3 months not registering their business because they're thinking about the name. 3 months to decide on the name of your business is way too long, right? There's certain decisions that are not even worth thinking that long. Yes, business name is important. And at the same time, you can always change it. And at the same time, you don't have to take 3 months to think this through and come up with some great ideas and then just decide. I've seen entrepreneurs not publish their new website, even though it's ready, and then polishing it and changing, adjusting little things for months on end. Or taking 6 months to even move ahead and decide to hire help when they're in dire need of help and they really can't grow anymore without hiring. I've seen business owners not launch new offers. So again, take months on end to launch new offers because they're perfecting them. They're deciding for weeks on a price, on doing never-ending market research. This is not the way to win in your business and grow it and scale it fast. As a leader of your business, as a CEO of your business, one of the most important skills you'll ever develop is making strategic decisions fast, not rushed, and implementing them and executing them as fast as possible once you make the decision. And it's so important that I've recorded many podcast episodes, whether there have been full episodes or Maggie's moments. I will refer you to a couple, but if you go to Diamond Effect podcast website and you search decisions, all those episodes will come up for you. But a couple key ones is episode 124, titled Making More Money in Service Business with Better Decisions. Another one is episode 90, Breaking Free from All or Nothing Thinking that Leads to Better Decisions. You can always search in the search bar on the Diamond Effect Podcast website, decisions, and everything that I created for decisions will come up. So let's talk about what it takes to make strategic decisions and then implement them fast. It definitely takes courage. Our brain will want to protect us from uncertainty, and especially in business, when we're launching a new product, when we're going after a new market, when we're trying new things, there's a lot of uncertainty. An ability to exist in that, to make decisions in that, to take action is what differentiates successful business owners from less successful business owners. So courage is key. The second thing is willingness to be imperfect, willingness to launch something and put something out there that hasn't been perfected, that can be improved and reiterated as you go, as your clients start using the service or product, whatever you're offering there, and give you feedback so you improve as you go. It also takes willingness to fail. Not every decision that we'll ever make in our business will give us 100% of positive results. We'll make a decision, we implement something, and it doesn't go as well as we thought, or it doesn't go well at all. You need to be willing to fail. You need to be willing to not stop because of that, but adjust and try again. And then also what it takes is trusting yourself to make good decisions, trusting yourself that the decision you're making right now and the action that will follow from it is the best you could do with the current knowledge and resources and circumstances you're in. And when you implement it and maybe it doesn't go that way, you will learn, then you will know better, and therefore you will do better next time. Personally, I think about being able to make 100% of decisions in my business by myself. Doesn't mean I don't seek counsel, I don't seek advice, but ultimately I make the decisions, and being responsible for those decisions, having agency over those decisions, is an ultimate priceless freedom that I get. Now, that freedom can be scary to some. As in Spider-Man, somebody said, with great power comes great responsibility, right? When we have the total freedom of making decisions in our business, we also need to accept and acknowledge the responsibility that comes with it, the responsibility of dealing with the consequences of those decisions. But in my own professional career, I have been on the other side when I was a corporate employee. Even though I was a leader, I still had other people above me make decisions for me without consultation that then I had to implement, and they weren't the right decisions. And then I had to figure out how to implement them. One of the reasons I started my business is that I was no longer available for that. I was no longer available for other people making decisions for me not agreeing necessarily with those decisions, but still having to implement and figure out ways and then bearing the consequences of the result that those decisions created. I wanted with my business to have that freedom to do make my own decisions, implement them, and bear the consequence of those decisions, but having nobody else to blame but me. And to help you make better decisions in your business and actually also act faster, execute them better, I want to introduce you to two business concepts that I've been coaching my clients lately on it, and I thought that would be helpful for you, my listeners. The first concept is minimal viable product, and it's a concept used very often by tech industries or by product businesses where a company develops almost like a prototype of the product, just the beginning stages, but enough for the first clients to use it and test it and then give the company feedback to then improve on that product, like software, for example, and keep developing it until it's more robust and they can sell it to a larger amount of people. In service business, we can also do that, right? If you have an idea for a new service, a new offering you would like to launch, you don't need to take a year or 6 months to prepare it, perfect it, decide on it. You can decide just on the core that it's needed to be able to offer it to maybe some of your clients who love new things, who always want to be first. Those are those early adopters. We all have them in our businesses. And then use their experience, their feedback to improve and start offering to more and more people. I've done that recently with my 10x expansion retreat for women entrepreneurs. The idea came from one of my clients to spend some time with me in person to do through the retreat where there's self-development, business growth, but also some great time in nature and relaxation. And when that idea came, I liked it. I took it in. I thought about it, not for months or for a few weeks, and said, okay, let's test it. So I quickly found out the venue. I proposed that idea to some of my clients. And some of them were excited and they were in without big marketing thing, without every detailed pinpoint. They were like, Maggie, we trust you. So based on that, I finished developing it and started marketing to a broader audience. Another example is one of my clients who is a designer and brand strategist and so on, wanted to also create some recurring income in their business, not only project-based when they had rebrand for a client or a website and so on. And they came up with a recurring service. And again, that was just an idea. They talked to one of the clients who signed up immediately without asking questions. Not only they made their first money, but now they know it's a great idea. They will start offering it to more of their clients. So that's what the minimal viable product concept is. Developing just a seed of an idea, enough for your early adopters, whether it's in your existing client base or your audience, to be excited about and go for it, and then improve on that as you start delivering. Now, there's, of course, strategies to do that. You can always offer a discount or an initial kind of founder type of price because you know that there may be some kinks or some challenges with that offering. And your early adopters clients will usually be more than happy to be your first users, get the bonus price or some discount or some bonus with it. And then as you develop and make the offering more robust, you can change the pricing, change the conditions, whatever that is. The second concept I wanted to introduce to you is lifetime value of the customer, LVC. Lifetime value of the customer. The minimum viable product is MVP. So sometimes you see those acronyms everywhere. That's what they mean. So lifetime value of a customer is thinking about your clients not only as people who just purchase your service once or just do individual transactions with you, even if your service is recurring. Let's say you're a spa or a medical practitioners, or you have clients coming on multiple times, but thinking about their lifetime with you. How long an average customer stays with you? Is it years and years? Is it a year? Is it 6 months? And within that, what's their value in it? How much money could they spend with you? Not because they just want to spend money, but because you offer them services and solutions to their problem. And analyzing that, it's a very powerful exercise because you might realize that you have all the clients or some of the clients that might have additional problems that potentially you could solve, but right now you don't offer any services that solve those problems or that cater to their needs. And creating offerings that cater to those needs, it's a powerful thing because, of course, not only it can increase your income, but it increases customer loyalty and their stickiness with you. The more challenges you help them with, the more needs of them you fill, the more loyal they are to you, especially when you're doing it amazingly well. A way to create a concept that this you want to implement fast. You want to act fast. You don't want to be sitting in it and asking your customers for years, creating surveys. You might want to talk to your customers a little bit to understand what else they need, what other problems they have that you can solve. But the moment you do, you want to test through minimal viable product concept what you could offer. And the thing is, when you do it, the worst case scenario is you have a one-time offer, you make extra cash in your business, you learn something, you test, and you decide you don't want to continue it. The best case scenario is you create an offer that your clients will love. You will get the early testimonials, you keep promoting it, and that will be a stable sort of line of business or revenue stream for you in your business. And very often, you don't even need to ask your customers because when you have a good relationship with them, they will tell you. Just like my customers told me about a retreat, and I listened. If you listen to your clients, they will tell you what they would like, what are their needs. They will tell you how the economy is affecting them and what is changing. So then you, when you listen, can pivot based on their feedback. But what you do need to do is act fast, not rushed, fast. You shouldn't be sitting on an idea for months or years on it. You shouldn't be perfecting an idea and launching it for months or years on end because your competitor is probably listening to their clients and they're already launching or 10 steps ahead of you. You want to be the one who is 10 steps ahead their competition. You want to be industry leader. And if you're like, Maggie, that sounds great, but I still don't know how to really take that and apply it to my business, or I'm too busy to even pause and think about it, the best way to pause and talk through it is by scheduling an initial complimentary consultation with me. We can talk through your business and all the opportunities that you might have to grow it and scale it. And the only reason why you're not taking those opportunities because you're too scared to make those decisions or you're not sure how to execute them fast, I can help you. I can tell you how I would help you. All you need to do is book that consultation through the calendar, and I'll put the link in the show notes. Have a fantastic week and talk to you next week. Bye. Thank you for listening today. If this podcast resonated with you, please come back. Also, you can leave a review on whatever platform you're listening. And if you have a suggestion, question, or a topic you would like me to talk about, let's get in touch via email. Email me at Maggie at stairwaytoleadership.com. See you in the next episode.